Okay, good morning and welcome to today's edition of NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold for this Monday, the 31st and last day of August in the year of our Lord 2020. The busy month of September is almost upon us, and for my family it will be extra busy this month because we are moving from a small one-bedroom to a two-bedroom apartment on the 1st of October. So this is going to be fun, but even being busy, the liberal left is always speeding along in their attempt to destroy this constitutional republic. And sadly, many people do not see that destruction as a bad thing. But the destruction continues. From Breitbart News comes this one. At least 46 shot Friday into Sunday across Mayor Lightfoot's Chicago. It is so sad the carnage that continues in Chicago and other liberal cities, while the mayors continue to blame Trump or the Republicans for their agenda that is failing majorly. At least 46 people were shot Friday into Sunday night across Mayor Lori Lightfoot's Chicago. ABC 7 reported 47 shot, 9 fatally, and NBC 5 reported at least 46 shot with 10 fatalities. Breitbart News reported 14 people were shot, 4 fatally, Friday through Saturday at noon alone. And on Sunday, Breitbart News reported 2 officers were shot and wounded by a suspect trying to resist arrest. Officers pulled the suspect over for a traffic stop about 2:30 a.m., and the Chicago Sun-Times reported the suspect allegedly refused to exit his vehicle and moved from the front seat to the back seat in hopes of avoiding apprehension. The suspect opened fire on the officers, wounding 2 while they were attempting to make the arrest. A 3rd officer was able to shoot the suspect, and I say good for him. Breitbart News reported 5 people were shot, 1 fatally, Sunday afternoon at Loom's Pancake House in Chicago. Fox 32 reported the shots were fired by someone in a white-colored SUV. That vehicle pulled up near a tent beneath which a patron was eating, and someone opened fire. The 31-year-old patron was killed and 4 other people were injured. And now to remove the liberal blindfold here, folks, and I will now use the Demonorats tactic and say what they have been saying in the House of Representatives. I'm reclaiming my time. That said, here goes. I have not heard yet if Mayor Lightfoot has blamed Trump for these shootings, but if she hasn't, it's coming, I guarantee you. The problem lies in the fact that Trump has nothing to do with the things happening in Chicago, except that it is being done because he is president. It is Mayor Lightfoot who is to blame because she, like all the other liberal mayors all over this nation, won't take the blame for themselves for their policies which allow this all to happen. And yes, I said they allow this to happen. If they weren't all for siding with the criminals in their cities and throwing the law-abiding people under the buses, they would find that things like this would stop happening in their cities. But they are all, to a person, condoning this and not helping the police restore order. And when President Trump tries to help restore order by sending in the troops, they all, to a person, cry, "Foul!" and say that our president doesn't have the right to do that. But he, in fact, does have that right. His job is to keep American people safe, and his job is to send in the troops when the cities won't do their job, which is also to help keep the people safe. And this whole thing that started this fiasco going on, the death of George Floyd. And like all the other things going on these days, the facts come out after the violent criminality has happened and people have died unnecessarily. From the Blaze this morning comes this one that shows the facts usually show a different story than the running leftist narrative. Defense attorney Eric J. Nilsson, lawyer for the former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, said the late George Floyd was a victim of a careless overdose rather than a police homicide. Authorities charged Chauvin with murder in connection with Floyd's May death, which stemmed from an altercation purportedly involving counterfeit money. In the light of the allegations, Nelson is requesting a judge to drop all charges against Chauvin, who has pleaded not guilty. An attorney for one of the other officers involved in Floyd's death also says body cam footage shows the moment Floyd reportedly ingested a lethal amount of drugs. We can go back to Ferguson, Missouri incident and see this type of thing has happened to us since the hands up, don't shoot farce. And the other farce? COVID. The new death numbers are out. Only 9,000, not 180,000. Too many have died of other things and have been listed as COVID to help the farce of this thing so they on the left can keep us all locked down. And we aren't helping by continuing to wear masks when they have been shown not to be working, only hurting. One thing to remember, folks, C.S. Lewis said, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start from where you are and change the ending. It is time we started to change the ending the liberal socialists want and have been pushing for this nation. The sooner the better. Thank you all for joining me today, and as a friend of mine used to always say, we will not be ruled, and that is if we start refusing to allow it. This is Robert the Infidel, and I'll see you all again on Wednesday. And remember, NWCR's Removing the Liberal Blindfold is brought to you through Conservative Nation Media, where America always wins. See you all again tomorrow on my weekly Tuesday show. Have a blessed day.